This is Wandering Universe. Today, I'm embarking on an exhilarating journey to Egypt, where I'll delve into the enchanting world of ancient artifacts that whisper stories of a bygone era. These masterfully carved and sculptured treasures are the jewels of a forgotten age, a period when technology flourished through unparalleled excellence and boundless creativity. While you won't find these exquisite artifacts gracing the Antiques Roadshow, they are instead quietly showcased, inviting the world to bask in their captivating allure and ignite a sense of wonder. So, let's go exploring. Hello everyone, welcome back to Wandering Universe. I'm going to take you right in to Egypt, and we're going to explore a much smaller structure that exists outside a much larger structure. So I'm going to take you right in. This structure we're going to explore is outside the Red Pyramid, as you know. And I've done a previous video on the Red Pyramid. There is a large Pyramidion located just outside the Red Pyramid. It's not near the actual entrance, but placed facing a blank wall. I'll take you right in. Now you all know the history about the Black Pyramid. As you can see, the Black Pyramid, I'll just take you in briefly, has crumbled almost to nothing. I'm not sure if it was an actual pyramid. There's no written evidence to suggest it was. It could have been another structure, but I doubt it was actually a pyramidal designed. Here's the Red Pyramid. That's the bent pyramid here. As you can see, it's not far away from each other, or you can get there in an hour if you feel like walking. Okay. So we're going right in. Now I'm going to show you something. So that's the Red Pyramid here. Have a look at its shape and design. So it looks perfectly square. It looks perfectly steeped in its apex. It's not perfectly trilateral like the Giza pyramids. Okay, we'll go right in. Now I'm going to show you something. Right here, as you can see, it's a tiny dot on this satellite image is the Pyramidion. If you compare the shape and size of the Pyramidion to the Red Pyramid, it's not the same. The apex of this Pyramidion is steeper, and the Red Pyramid is a little flatter. It doesn't have a pointy apex right here, it's quite flat, a square top at the apex, whereas this Pyramidion right here, and I'll show you a photo of it, this Pyramidion right here has a pointy apex. Archaeologists have reconstructed this found pyramid, and it's placed on top of a brick-lined limestone stand. What's interesting about this photo is that it's facing a blank wall. This Pyramidion looks nothing like the one that you see right here. The entrance is here. But why is it placed here? Was this Pyramidion placed here from the beginning? We don't know. But they decided to place it here. It's facing nothing, just a blank wall. And I've shown this photo right here. That's what it's facing. So if you're going to put this type of ornament in front of a grand pyramid, wouldn't you think it'd be facing an opened entrance? So I think this Pyramidion resembles more of the bent pyramid, because if you have a look at the apex right here, it has a steeper apex. Even though it's curved on the edge, on the outer edges, it has a much steeper apex. So that means it gives a lot of room for the walls to be cased and then place some kind of capstone on top of the bent pyramid. Now, what's this here? Well, there's certainly no Pyramidion placed outside here, but I believe there was. Maybe it wasn't meant to be placed outside the entrance, because the entrance is right over here. I think that Pyramidion was moved, possibly from the bent pyramid. The archaeologists just decided to attract tourism. This Pyramidion was found just outside, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Khufu Pyramid, just outside there. Once again, this is a reconstructed version, and as you can see, there was an apex at the top here, but that's broken off in a few places. What's interesting about this Pyramidion, this one, and the Red Pyramid is that there's no hieroglyphs written on any of the three. We're going to explore the fascinating wonders of the Pyramidions of Egypt. Enjoy. The term pyramid instantly conjures images of the majestic Giza pyramids, towering marvels that dominate the Egyptian landscape. With their iconic triangular silhouettes, these ancient edifices are crafted in various sizes, each designed to endure the relentless march of time. While the grandeur of these structures is often attributed solely to Egypt, similar geometric wonders can be found scattered across the globe, each echoing the same timeless form. Traditional history suggests that these monumental creations were the result of human ingenuity, built to honour divine beings and inspire enlightenment. Yet, a wave of alternative theories has emerged, revealing a tapestry of inconsistencies that have left many scholars questioning the very essence of their construction. Adding an air of mystery are the Pyramidions, the crowning jewels of these structures. Each Pyramidion is a unique masterpiece, differing in shape, hue, and ornamentation, often regarded as the sacred stone, steeped in lore related to the sun god Amenemhat. Archaeologists refer to them as the crowning caps of obelisks, while the Sudanese know them as Benben, meaning coming in the Nuer language. These enigmatic objects served as display models at the entrances of the pyramids, acting as shrines of remembrance for the builders who dedicated their lives to fostering peace and prosperity. Some are adorned with intricate hieroglyphs portraying a Parthenon of gods, while others feature mysterious inscriptions spiraling around their triangular bases. The true purpose of these Pyramidions remains shrouded in mystery, with no definitive evidence linking them to any sacred origins. Fortunately, a few of these captivating artifacts have endured the ages and can be admired today at the Cairo Museum in Egypt, inviting curiosity and wonder about the secrets they still hold. It is said that Pyramidions are the small, often pyramid-shaped structures that cap the tops of Egyptian pyramids. They served as capstones to protect the pyramids from erosion and to complete the architectural design. This theory has been hotly debated, presenting little solid evidence to justify it. Yet the snoots of archaeology remain steadfast without a second glance. Why is this so? To answer the question, let's explore these aspects in further detail. In the vibrant halls of the Cairo Museum, the few surviving Pyramidions stand as enigmatic relics of a bygone era. Each one boasts a mesmerizing sphere adorned with abstract symbols that whisper secrets of the past. Crafted from diorite, granite, alabaster, basalt, or fine limestone, these stunning artifacts are embellished with intricate hieroglyphs that depict otherworldly beings enclosed within ornate cartouches. These carvings symbolize a rich tapestry of royal titles and spiritual beliefs, embodying the fantastical faith of ancient Egyptians. Among them, only 2 Pyramidions remain outside their grand pyramids, those of the majestic Dashur and the Red Pyramids. Here, the sole-weathered fragment of white Jura limestone, once dedicated to the pharaoh Senufu, sits beneath the vast sky near the Red Pyramid. Each Pyramidion is thought to signify a chosen future monarch blessed by a mystical entity wielding esoteric powers. Once gleaming with gold or electrum, the origins of the latter remain shrouded in mystery, with the mine that yielded it yet to be discovered. These splendid creations from the Middle Kingdom were meticulously coated with gold leaf or gilding, designed to reflect the sun's rays in a dazzling display. Yet, the mystery persists. How much gold was needed to envelope these masterpieces entirely? Intended to crown obelisks or serve as capstones atop pyramids. The methods of their placement remains elusive. It is widely believed that most pyramids once held these pyramid stones aloft, each dedicated to the deities intimately connected to their respective structures, weaving a connection between the divine and the earthly realm.
It can be difficult to believe that almost every last limestone casing block was dislodged and hauled away in the last several hundred years. On the other hand, the depictions of enormous golden capstones are a bit cringeworthy because it is extremely unlikely that any large pyramid possessed such a feature. With the remaining white casing stones marooned at the summit, nobody was willing to risk their life attempting to quarry them off it. Even less fortunate were the capstones of pyramids, referred to by the term Pyramidions. Their precarious location made them the most vulnerable stone of each monument, and it's no wonder that so little evidence of them remains today. There is a poorly executed reconstruction of one that allegedly belonged to the Red Pyramid, but the angle of inclination of its faces does not match that of the pyramid itself. The difference between them is about 10 degrees. This detail alone seems prohibitive of giving the fragments such an attribution. Instead, it's a very close match to the steeper inclination angle of the neighboring Bent Pyramid. But then why might it be found near the Red Pyramid instead? Perhaps, like the Bent Pyramid, the original angle of inclination for the Red Pyramid was 10 degrees steeper. It's very easy to go down a rabbit hole of speculating which pyramid came first and why their slopes differ, but nevertheless, the reconstructed Pyramidion offers more questions than it does answers.
Myth has it that there once was a stone that possessed magical powers, that performed unimaginable feats, a stone of prophecy that determined one's destiny, leading to great power and phenomenal riches, or absolute peril and despair. Among all the Pyramidions, this one was special to the Egyptian royal elite. A single touch, blessed by the hand of the gods, granted them the right to invade, conquer, and rule a kingdom at their whim. In the shimmering sands of ancient Egypt, a legendary gem known as the Benben stone held sway over the land, symbolizing a radiant golden age. This mystical stone, embodying the divine sun god Ra and the essence of rebirth, drew its name from the ancient word Benben, meaning to rise, just like the dawn's first light. Carved from polished black granite, it glimmered like a star in the desert sun, enchanting all who beheld it. Adorned with inscriptions heralding the future king or queen of Egypt, the Benben stone was steeped in magic and mystery. Revered as the mystical landing place of Atop, it rested in a sacred shrine within a grand temple in Heliopolis, where the tale of the Earth's creation was whispered by Atop himself, echoing through time like a timeless hymn of the universe's birth. Atop was no ordinary being. He possessed magical powers and fertilized the earth through the forces of sexual desire. In a rather unconventional manner, he showered his masculine milk that transformed the rugged landscape into water and air through his own shadow. Atop symbolizes creation formed over billions of years that graced the infinites of space. The legendary Benben stone, often hailed as the true heart of the pyramids, was once revered as a celestial beacon perched atop each grand structure in homage to the Parthenon of gods. This mystical gem is believed to be forged from a rare iron-nickel meteorite that plummeted to Earth around 29,000 years ago, its unique minerals unlike anything that graces our planet's surface. Yet, like a whisper from the past, the Benben stone has largely faded into the annals of history, its precise location a tantalizing mystery that has never been unravelled. The closest echo of its grandeur is found in the Pyramidion of Amenemhat III. Fascinatingly, the name Atop, the primordial deity, shares a curious kingship with the term atom, the very essence of all matter.
It is thought that all pyramids and even some obelisks were originally capped with Benben stones, some of granite or basalt, alabaster, some covered with electrum or gold, and dedicated to the various gods that bless the individual constructions, but most unfortunately have vanished in antiquity. The Black Pyramid, attributed to Amenemhat III, was supposedly built in 1850 BCE, although his actual burial was relocated to a site in Hawara, Fayum, because the Black Pyramid began to show signs of structural failure before it was even finished. The pyramid in Fayum is situated next to the mythical Labyrinth of Hawara, which will be the focus of a future video. It is somewhat unusual in layout due to the entrance being located in the south face rather than the more typical north side seen in most other pyramids. I was only able to take a short series of photomicrographs of the Benben stone before a museum guard appeared and stopped me. The surface, not as smooth as that of the Khafre statue, clearly shows more randomly oriented smoothing scratches upon magnification. The grooves of the hieroglyphs are incised with a very free cutting point. They are not scraped or ground out, but are plowed through with rough edges to the lines. The straight lines along the sides and bottom of the incised grooves under magnification demonstrate the sharpness and steady application of controlled force of the graving tool. The inscriptions on the capstone can be read partially as Amenemhat beholds the perfection of Ra.
Sounds too good to be true? Today, the Benben stone seems more like science fiction than science fact. A cult figure of fanaticism believing its awesome powers would grant them their wishes, whatever it might be. The Black Pyramid, lying in ruins, tells the story of a Pyramidion of great importance that served one king's destiny to overpower the populace, preying on their gullibility to align with his narrative of how he became the chosen one. Yet it remains silent about the fallen ruin that followed the king's death. emerging as a remarkable gem among the Pyramidions housed in the Cairo Museum is the captivating Pyramidion of Amenemhat III. This exquisite artifact once crowned the illustrious Black Pyramid at Dashur in the enchanting landscape of Harawa, Egypt. Unearthed in 1900, it lays half buried on the eastern flank of its monumental resting place, awaiting discovery. Crafted from deep, glistening basalt, its architectural design reveals an extraordinary attention to detail that captivates the imagination. Adorned with two striking spheres and an impressive pair of outstretched bird wings, the Pyramidion also features eyes and oars delicately carved beneath, leading many to believe it is a replica of the fabled Benben stone, a symbol of creation. Measuring approximately 6 feet on each side and soaring to a height of 4.5 feet, it weighs an astonishing 10,000 pounds. Each Pyramidion like this was often embellished with intricate carvings and inscriptions that echoed the religious beliefs and royal lineages of ancient Egypt. The inscription on this stone narrates a profound tale of creation, recounting the journey of the sun god Amen-Ra as it descended to earth to breathe life into desolate land, transforming it into lush pastures and sparkling lakes. More than just a decorative feature, this capstone played a crucial role in safeguarding the Black Pyramid from the ravages of time, completing its architectural grandeur. To the ancient Egyptians, it held immense spiritual significance, symbolizing the ascent to the afterlife and playing a vital role in the burial rituals. Archaeologists have identified the name of Amenemhat III inscribed at its base, marking him as the chosen one of the future, a true testament to his legacy.
Now there's 3 sections here. There's a top section right over here, which you can see a line that actually starts off on the top, lands down in the center with number 2, and then splits off in 2 sections from the left and the right. And then we have the second row right over here, starting off with the number 1, and also the third row, which has a 2 here, but we'll start with number 1. The Benben is a fictional representation of the primordial mountain that emerged out of the ocean at the creation of the world by the god Atum. So how would you read this? Is seeing the beauty of Ra, the son of Ra, Amenemhat. It means Amun is in front or foremost, and it's encircled in a cartouche. And this is to represent eternity and is usually the hieroglyphic used to denote royalty. Is the word given, life, forever. Seeing the beauty of Ra, king of Upper and Lower Egypt, 2 lands of Egypt, the north and the south. And the prenomen of Amenemhat, we have Nima'atre. Nima'atre means he who belongs to the Ma'at of Ra. Given, life, forever. Words spoken. May the sight be open to the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, lord of the 2 lands, Nima'atre, so that he may see the Lord of the horizon when he crosses on the sky. May he be given to appear as the son of Ra, Amenemhat, as a god, Lord, everlasting or forever, indestructible. Once again, words spoken by the sovereign. I have given the beautiful horizon, the 2 ladies, Nechbet and Wadjet, the vulture and the cobra. They are also a representation of the 2 lands of Egypt, but they are a sign of protection. Nechbet and Wadjet are protectors. We have words spoken by the sovereign. I have given the beautiful horizon. Of the 2 ladies, Nechbet and Wadjet, the vulture and the cobra goddess of the 2 lands, each protects its separate land. He who takes the inheritance of the 2 lands, so that you may rest upon it which pleases the sky. Words spoken by the horizon, may you rest upon it, which pleases the sky.
I'm having mixed feelings about all this. How is it possible that the inscription predicted the coming of a king who served the Egyptian empire just by the wave of a god's hand? Did this chosen king have a royal duty to serve and protect the land so he could rule without a care? Why didn't it prophesize a peasant, or an out-of-luck Joe as the chosen one, or a mild-mannered, well-rounded individual with life skills? Are you buying all this? If these aspects highlight the importance of Pyramidions in ancient Egyptian culture, then why did its golden empire collapse? As the old saying goes, nothing lasts forever. I doubt it. It was the work of an average stonemason who qualified for the pyramid construction tryouts. It's clear that these Pyramidions served significant purposes, not attributed to deity cult worship, but rather a technology that defies the laws of physics. As the sands of time shifted, many of the magnificent Pyramidions that once crowned the Great Pyramids either met a grim fate or mysteriously disappeared. Their colossal weight and imposing size made it nearly impossible for mere mortals to pry them from their lofty perches and haul them to the ground. Instead, it's far more likely these striking displays adorned the entrances, much like a grand tribute to illustrious figures celebrated for their monumental achievements. Picture them as stunning architectural models showcased at an investor's gala designed to captivate and entice property developers. But what if these enigmatic Pyramidions were not the creations of ancient Egyptians at all, but the handiwork of otherworldly beings wielding advanced technology? Perhaps they were crafted as gateways to a realm of unending prosperity and peace. This tantalizing possibility could shed light on the mystique surrounding the Stone of Destiny, or the Benben stone, whose arcane wisdom supposedly granted its seekers extraordinary powers, echoing the genius of Nikola Tesla and his visionary Wardenclyffe Tower.
This is it, Giorgio. One of the many Benben stones or Pyramidions inside the museum.
Look at it. It's absolutely magnificent. And it's perfect.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you look at it, there's not a single mistake anywhere. Just wonderful. I'm familiar with the stories of the Benben, and I'm fascinated that sometimes it was described as this shape descending from the sky with a lot of smoke and a lot of fire. And then a door opened and people walked out. So to me, as a mythology, that is fascinating because where did that story originate?
Yeah.
According to mainstream Egyptologists, the story of the Benben stone is part of a religious allegory, conceived by ancient Egyptians to explain how humankind was created. But according to ancient astronaut theorists, the stone is based on an actual historical event, one that predates the building of the Great Pyramid by thousands of years.
So when I hear a story like the Benben stone, I wonder if this may have been some type of a craft. Egyptologists agree that this type of a shape descended from the sky in a giant fireball, made a controlled landing, the Benben stone opened, and people walked out. The first creator gods. In my opinion, I think these gods were flesh and blood space travelers whom the ancient Egyptians and many other ancient cultures misinterpreted as divine or spiritual beings because of their technological frame of reference of their current time. This ties in directly with the idea of misunderstood technology. When a technologically primitive society interacts with a technologically advanced society, that primitive society begins to worship the advanced society.
I've once read that a Benben stone can also be considered the home of the gods. Yes, from my perspective, then that would be proof of extraterrestrial intervention. Right here, this is a physical piece of evidence that a long time ago, someone descended from the sky and taught mankind in various disciplines.
Around the 6th century, the pyramidal construction business began to decline. Circumstances within the empire looked grim, as their treasury coffers were empty, and they could not afford further public works. It was during this time that the entire Egyptian economy fell into a deep depression. The royal elite, rather than letting the economy naturally mend itself to make its way back to the free market, resorted to cunning schemes, stealing the wealth, time and freedom of the very people they ruled. Their reckless manipulation, especially through the debasement of gold, sent ripples of chaos through the system. This could explain why technological advancements came to a permanent halt. Foreign investment dried up, and ancient Egypt languished in decades of stagnation. As for the ingenious Pyramidions, these objects were not created for the worship of fictitious deities, but were more likely advanced machines built by ancient beings who thrived along the Nile, wisely utilizing local resources to construct their stone settlements. The inscriptions on each of them served as a set of instructions on how to build a pyramid without corrupting its true value. A blueprint model before construction. If anyone had the foresight to envision the future of our planet through the creation of sound money, it was surely these visionary builders, echoing through the ages with their timeless wisdom. In the vibrant tapestry of ancient Egypt, a dazzling cultural revolution was unfolding, marked by the awe-inspiring construction of the pyramids, monumental marvels that herald a new era of living and propelled society into greater sophistication. Yet, as time marched on, the empire faced a slow economic decline, weakened by dwindling resources and a waning grasp of the very technologies that had once propelled them forward. In the shadow of this decline, the allure of cult idol worship ensnared the hearts of the gullible, luring them into a dream of divine intervention that rarely fulfilled their hopes and their dreams. The intricate carvings on Pyramidions, often steeped in rich narratives and profound messages, reveal the extraordinary artistic prowess and architectural genius of the ancient Egyptians. While some of these Pyramidions have been unearthed within long-forgotten tombs, shedding light on their burial customs and spiritual beliefs, countless others have been swallowed by the sands of time, perhaps lost forever in the mists of history. These Pyramidions concealed enigmatic secrets of technology that shimmered with a brilliance beyond the grasp of the illiterate masses. Instead of enlightenment, the royal elite wielded them as powerful propaganda, spinning webs of manipulation to ensnare the people in elaborate tribal worship rituals. These ceremonies, concocted by a chorus of radicals, fundamentalists, and tribalists, echoed with the hollow promises of a saviour who would never arrive, their fervent chants ringing with false tongues and unfulfilled hopes. Do these intricate hieroglyphs weave a tapestry of the universe's creation, hinting at the hands that crafted such cosmic wonders? If ancient Egypt halted its majestic pyramid construction in the 6th century, it paints a vivid picture of a royal elite indulging in excess, plundering the treasury for their own lavish whims, while the common people languished in poverty. In their wake, they left behind a once thriving paradise, now a shadow of its former glory, a desolate landscape marred by the weight of their greed, an entire nation tasked with the daunting challenge of mending the chaos wrought by their foolishness. Age-old adage reminds us, human stupidity knows no bounds. And our modern civilization stands testament to this truth. If there's a vital lesson to glean from the wisdom of ancient beings, it's the imperative to unravel the mystery of their departure. In a world ruled by ruthless overlords who relish in siphoning away our time and freedom through the insatiable maw of technology, true happiness remains an elusive dream. The mysterious Pyramidions whisper tales of forgotten high technology, serve as a reminder that we have much to learn about ancient high technology, of which we have yet to grasp the very essence of its ancient knowledge. In the next video, I'll explore the deep blue ocean near the state of Florida. This phenomenon has caused a worldwide media sensation due to numerous unexplained disappearances, leaving detectives, explorers, and marine archaeologists mystified and disturbingly profound. That's all for now.